You're a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then here's your complete guide to August of 2025, how it's specifically going to play out for you, and how you can align to these energies present this month to your benefit. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabel, your spiritual rebel friend, and today we are talking about your August of 2025 horoscope. Cancers, wow, there is one major transit happening this month that really is wonderful and exciting for you that we're going to get to closer to the end of this video. But to not gatekeep what exactly it is I'm talking about, as I'm sure there are so many other astrologers talking about it, Venus conjuncts Jupiter in your sign. And so this is massively good for your love life, your wealth, your abundance, and just generally your sense of self as you are in the spotlight with this transit. But not only for this reason is the month of August a really positive month for you. We do have quite a few other transits happening that making this really positive for us all. And so in today's video, we're going to dive into some of the major transits that I think will impact you in the most simplified way. So I am going to skip over a lot of transits today as I do not have a lot of time on my hands, but I'm not skipping any of the ones that I feel are going to impact you a lot or impact you in a way that you need further guidance on. And of course, if you want to go deeper into how the month of August is going to play out for you based off of your unique birth chart, book a reading down in the description box below or in the card up above. So first, let's talk about the sun's transits. The sun in the first 22 days of the month is in its home sign, Leo, which is your second house. And then on August 22nd, the sun shifts into the sign of Virgo, where it will remain for the rest of the month. The sun's transits are where you can put a priority in your life to feel more vitality and energy. And so basically, if we put intention there, attention there, we feel more vital. So for you, this is about your self-worth, your self-sufficiency, and then your social network and your daily communication. So in the first 22 days of the month with the sun in Leo, you may feel more called to focus on your passions and your creativity, your confidence, and your bravery in a way that promotes your self-worth and self-sufficiency. So for some, this is spending on fun. For some, this is building self-confidence for self-worth, doing brave things to further implement and add self-worth to your life. This could also be more so about getting your budget in order is the concept, which is something I've said throughout the month as we've had, or throughout the year as we've had a few transits in Leo. But with the sun in Leo overall in the first 22 days, this can be a good time to ask yourself, how can I maintain my self-sufficiency, both emotionally self-sufficiency and financially self-sufficient? Then in the second 22 days of the month, or not second 22, from the 22nd onward, the sun is in Virgo. And with the sun in Virgo, this is asking you to bring more practicality, stability, and rhythm and routine, maybe even selflessness to your life, specifically to your daily communications, your social media, and your daily network. So when I say daily network, Cancers, there's really two different things this can mean. This can mean your digital daily network if you are someone who has a strong social media presence or somewhere you speak and share knowledge on a daily basis. Or this can be the daily people you interact with, such as coworkers, neighbors, siblings, if you see them on a daily basis. Who is your daily network? And know that this can be digital. You can be showing up with these people in a more practical, sustainable, methodical, and rhythm-oriented way to gain a sense of vitality this month. Now you will see I skipped over a transit with, it's like a hummingbird just ran into my window, and that made me feel really bad because hummingbirds are my spirit animal, fun fact. So that was weird, but it just like full slammed into my window right now. Point being, you'll see I skipped over a transit between the sun and Virgo squaring Uranus and Gemini. And that is because I have a whole video that I already published on Uranus and Gemini in August. So if you want to learn more about Uranus aspects and what that's going to bring up this month, check out that video. But simply put, anytime you see Uranus involved this month, know that something unexpected could come up that day. So what is going to be the emotional important storyline for you this month, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings? That'll be based off of the moon, the full moon, and the new moon, that is. And so from the 6th through the 12th, we have a full moon happening in 17 degrees of Aquarius, which brings fulfillments, culminations, completions, and reward, specifically to your intimate relationships. You know, I really know that back in February and January, we had a lot going on, especially I think in the second half of January. in Aquarius, of the many things, including a new moon in Aquarius. So look back to roughly January, February. What was going on in your intimate relationships during that time? What was going on with someone you're financially dependent on, or who is financially dependent on you? Someone who you're emotionally dependent on, or emotionally is dependent on you? Someone where there's a deep level of sharing, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially. You could be seeing and feeling a culmination in your intimate relationships from the 6th through the 12th with the full moon in Aquarius. This brings a fulfillment and an ending and a reward to your intimate relationships. Probably something along the lines of bringing to light a feeling of individualism and mental connection and sense of purpose through your relationships. So it's something very positive to look forward to from the 6th through the 12th. Then from the 20th through to the 26th, we have a new moon in Virgo at 0 degrees. And this is a very special new moon because it's the first of a 2-piece set. Next month in September, we will have a solar eclipse, which is a new moon accentuated in Virgo as well. And so what this really means and symbolizes is Cancers, from the new moon in Virgo on the 20th through the 26th until the next new moon in September, this is a great time to have a trial phase of something that you feel needs to change in your daily network and daily communications. Overall, you are on a growth journey towards traveling the world, exploring philosophy, seeing deeper meaning, doing things that give you deeper meaning. And so this idea of your superficial connections and your superficial communication has been something on your radar that needs to shift and something that needs to be let go of around this topic. And so with the new moon in Virgo, you're initiating a new intention around these maybe superficial connections and superficial places. It could also mean a new beginning simply in your daily environment. So for many astrologers, I do agree that this could be, in one interpretation, changing the town you live in. Not necessarily changing the city, but changing where you live within your city, or changing your daily bubble. Ask yourself with the new moon in Virgo, what can I change or initiate that would bring me more fulfillment in my daily routine, in my daily communication, and the people I interact with? Something that brings me more stability and feels more methodical and feels more rhythm oriented. That would be my advice for you with the new moon in Virgo. It's a very powerful one. It can feel like whatever you're initiating is coming from a place of ignorance, as this is 0 degrees. And so it really represents this degree of naivety, feeling like you're initiating something that you don't know if it's gonna work out. And so maybe there's a bit of a leap of faith or a step in the right direction kind of feeling without knowing the full process with this new moon. And that is something that is encouraged with the new moon at 0 degrees. Again, this is a great trial phase. So what is something that you can try out starting on the new moon in Virgo around the 20th, 23rd, 26th, and can put into motion for just 1 month? On the first 11 days of the month, Mercury is still retrograde in the sign of Leo, and on the 11th will station direct, but still transiting over old ground. It is already crossed over. So this is a storyline for you about your self-worth, and I do recommend, Cancers, that you look back maybe to December of 2024. What was going on in matters related to your self-worth and your self-sufficiency and your finances during that time? What were you doing with your self-worth or for your self-worth? And what were you doing for your self-sufficiency and finances? Now you may be mentally reflecting and revisiting these things during the first 11 days of the month with Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde in Leo is saying, hey, go to the past to ask yourself if there's anything that can stay in the past or that you want to take into your future. Specifically in regards to going to the past about your self-worth, things you do for your self-worth, how you build your sense of self-worth. What is your foundation, basically? What is your security built upon? Your sense of self-security built upon? Is it built upon emotions? Is it built upon actions? Is it built upon your bank account? Is it built upon your daily routine? What creates your self-security? That is something you're reflecting on and encouraged to reflect on in the first 11 days of the month. On the 18th, Mercury direct in Leo will sextile Mars in Libra. All I'm simply going to say is a great day to take action. Specifically, let's see, what house is that for you? Is that, if you're a Cancer, specifically action in your home life? That should have came faster to me, but it didn't. So if you feel a little motivated to take some form of action in your home, in your family, and with your place of living, it is encouraged on the 18th, and it could positively affect your self-worth and your mental clarity around this topic. Now let's get to the big storyline, the main event for you this month. Cancers, Venus conjuncts Jupiter in Cancer on August 12th of 2025, of course. And so Venus is already the planet of love, beauty, wealth. It brings us our love for life. It makes us wake up and say life is wonderful. Jupiter brings us spiritual and material abundance. Jupiter is really like the planet of the law of attraction in my head. It brings spiritual lessons and spiritual growth, which therefore brings material growth as well. And sometimes that's presented through material lessons. And so with the conjunction of Venus in Cancer and Jupiter on the 12th, this can be a day where you expect to expand your sense of self, your self-image, and your appearance. This can also be very good for your love life, as this is Venus, where you're seen in a more loving light by maybe romantic suitors, so to say. Or this can be a day where your finances expand. But what the lesson is here is, in order to expand your material world, you have to expand your perception of yourself. Specifically, how I would see this for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings is, can you see yourself as the person you want to be before it happens? Meaning, if you want to be a millionaire, can you see yourself as that millionaire first? If you want to be in a loving relationship, can you see yourself and be that person who wants to be in that loving relationship? On the 12th, this idea can come easier to you, but overall, just expect really positive reward and positive feeling during this. Now, Venus is in Cancer the entire month leading up to the 12th, and then on the 25th, shifts into the sign of Leo. And from the 25th onward, this shifts your focus back towards your self-sufficiency and your self-worth, meaning that you may be just feeling more grounded and self-sufficient with yourself overall. But I would just simply highlight the 12th as a very impactful, very important, very helpful day for you. I would love to hear down in the comments below how the 12th ends up playing out for all of you Cancers. And the final thing I will note astrologically for you guys in the month of August of 2025 is starting August 6th, Mars is in Libra in your 4th house. Maybe channeling your physical efforts into directly connecting individually with those who feel like home and family is what is encouraged of you this month. Wherever Mars transits, that's where our physical effort and energy can best be channeled. And so for you within Libra, Libra's already all about one-on-one connection, fairness, harmony, and balance. So embracing those themes specifically in your home, your family, in your place of living is what is encouraged. So how can you bring more balance to your familial connections in the place you live, in your home? And how can you bring more connection and understanding to your home and family? This is something that can feel very rewarding for you this month. And again, you're gonna see that there are multiple aspects I skipped over for Mars, for Venus, and even I think, well, actually I touched on the Mercury one since it was just one, but these are all just transits where you can expect, especially when considering Uranus, expect the unexpected. But overall with Mars and Libra, I'm seeing that this is a month for you Cancers where you may feel more called to spend time at home. And already that's kind of accentuated with having energy in your 2nd house. You just want to focus on you. And that is something that is encouraged of you this month. With Mercury retrograde, with this new moon in Virgo, with the full moon in Aquarius, with the sun's transits, with Venus, this is really a month that's really about centering on you. What feels good to you? What feels like home to you? What feels balanced for you? What feels stable for you? Cultivating your foundations in your life is something that is recommended, and prioritize you truly. And around the full moon in Aquarius, this can be a striking moment of unexpected focus on your relationships. But other than that, this is really a month that's all about you and prioritizing you for you. So Cancers, let me know down in the comments below. Are you ready for the month of August? Did I miss any transits that you're really hoping for an interpretation on for your sign specifically? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to go deeper into how this month will play out for you, book a reading down in the description box below or in the card up above. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Once again, my name is Isabel, and from my heart to yours, namaste.